are that the participant will understand the application and implications of the collision rules, know the terms used throughout these regulations. These rules apply to all vessels at sea and in rivers, canals and lakes used by deep-sea vessels. Nothing in these rules shall interfere with the operation of special rules made by an appropriate authority for the inland waterways, lakes and harbours. Nothing in these rules should interfere with any special flag state rules regarding additional lights, shapes and signals for military ships and ships under convoys or fishing vessels fishing as a fleet. Whenever a national government considers a vessel of special construction or purpose which cannot comply with the rules regarding the lights, shapes or sound signals, it should follow as closely as possible. Traffic separation schemes may be adopted by IMO for the purpose of these rules. Rule 1. Nothing in these rules shall release any vessel, master or crew member from neglect or responsibility to act in the normal practice of good seamanship. In complying with these rules, regard should be taken to the dangers of the situation, limitations of the vessel, and any special circumstances where deviation from the rules may be necessary to avoid an immediate danger. Rule 2. General definitions are listed below. Click each separately to get the appropriate definition, quoted precisely from the rules. As the exact meaning is very critical, the wording of each is as specified in the rules, and has not been changed in any way. Vessel, power-driven vessel. Sailing vessel. Vessel engaged in fishing. Seaplane, vessel not under command. Vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver. Vessel constrained by her draft. Underway. Length and breadth. To be in sight of one another. Restricted visibility. Wing in the ground. Wig craft. The words length and breadth of a vessel mean her length overall and greatest breadth. The term vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver means a vessel from which the nature of her work is restricted in her ability to maneuver as required by these rules, and is therefore unable to keep out of the way of another vessel. The term vessel restricted in their ability to maneuver shall include, but not be limited to, a vessel engaged in laying, servicing or picking up a navigation mark, submarine cable or pipeline, a vessel engaged in dredging, surveying or underwater operations, a vessel engaged in replenishment or transferring persons, provisions or cargo while underway, a vessel engaged in the launching or recovery of aircraft, a vessel engaged in mine clearance operations, a vessel engaged in a towing operation such as severely restricts the towing vessel and her tow in their ability to deviate from their course. The term vessel engaged in fishing means any vessel fishing with nets, lines, trawls or other fishing apparatus which restrict maneuverability, but does not include a vessel fishing with trolling lines or other fishing apparatus which does not restrict maneuverability. The term wing in ground, wig craft, means a multimodal craft which, in its main operational mode, flies in close proximity to the surface by utilizing surface effect action. The learning objective of this section is to get acquainted with the different lights, shapes and sound signals that may be used by different types of vessels. General, Rule 20 and Rule 32. Light and shape signals are to be displayed in all different weather and sea conditions. The lights must be shown from sunset to sunrise, and when in restricted visibility. And the shape signals must be shown during the hours of daylight. The sound signals described in the rules must be used when needed under these rules. And always as prescribed in or near an area of restricted visibility. A long blast on the whistle means a blast of between 4 to 6 seconds duration. A short blast consists of a blast on the whistle of about 1 second duration. Rule 20. Application. Rule 32. Sound signal definitions. The main lights defined under the rules are the following. Masthead lights are white lights on the fore and aft centre line of the ship, visible from right ahead round 112.5 degrees on both sides of the bow, that is to 22.5 degrees above the beam on each side. When a vessel has to show masthead lights on 2 masts, the foremast light should be seen lower than the aftermast light, and the lowest light should be above any obstructions and be between 6 to 12 metres above the deck. Side lights are either red or green lights visible from right ahead to 112.5 degrees on the appropriate side of the bow, where the red light is to port and the green one is to starboard. These are specially screened to prevent being seen across the bow and should be seen lower than the lowest masthead light. Stern light is a white light visible at 67.5 degrees on both sides of the stern. This is to where the side lights finish. A towing light, meaning a yellow light but having the same features as the stern light. Additionally, the all-round signal lights, which are sometimes used, can be red, green or white in colour and shown all round the horizon, a full 360 degrees. Shapes. The shapes defined in these rules consist of a ball, a cone, a cylinder or a diamond, and all are black and are normally shown where they can best be seen, unless stated otherwise. Rule 21. Definitions of lights and shapes. Extracts from Annex 1. Technical details of lights. Extracts from Annex 1. Technical details of shapes. A power-driven vessel of over 50 metres in length, when underway, shall show 2 masthead lights, the lowest one forward of the other, a side light on each side of the vessel, and a stern light. However, 2 mast lights do not indicate the vessel is over 50 metres in length. When this power-driven vessel has a length between 12 and 50 metres, it is only required to show 1 masthead light, side lights and stern light, but it may show both. It is entirely up to the ship. When this power-driven vessel has a length between 7 and 12 metres, it is only required to show an all-round white light and side lights, and when less than 7 metres, with a speed of less than 7 knots, it may just show an all-round white light and side lights, only when it is practicable. A power-driven vessel navigating in restricted visibility shall sound, when underway and making way through water, 1 long blast on the whistle at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. When underway but stopped and not making way through the water, 2 long blasts on the whistle at intervals of not more than 2 minutes, with about 2 seconds between them. Be aware that in certain circumstances, in addition to the steaming lights above, air cushion craft may show an all-round flashing yellow light. And a wake craft shows a high-intensity, all-round flashing red light. Rule 23. Power-driven vessel underway. Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A sailing vessel underway shall show at night the following signals: side lights and a stern light. When less than 20 meters, it can combine the side lights and stern light into one lantern, placed at or near the top of the mast. In addition, a sailing vessel, when underway, can show 2 all-round lights, a red light over a green light, at or near the top of the mast, but these must not be used when the vessel is using the combined lantern mentioned above. A vessel which is not under command is a vessel which is unable to keep out of the way of others due to some exceptional circumstances, and shall show the following signals. During the night, 2 vertical all-round red lights, where they can best be seen. And, when underway and moving through water, they must also show side lights and stern light. During the day, this vessel shall show 2 balls in a vertical line where they can best be seen. Sound signal in restricted visibility. In restricted visibility, this vessel shall sound 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts, at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 27. Vessels not under command or restricted in their ability to maneuver. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel restricted in its ability to maneuver shall at night show 3 all-round lights in a vertical line, 1 red, 1 white and 1 red. And when under way and making way through water, also masthead light or lights, side lights and a stern light. During the day, the lights will be replaced by 3 black shapes, 1 ball, 1 diamond shape and 1 ball in a vertical line, where they can best be seen. When this vessel is at anchor, she should show the 3 vertical lights or shapes plus the normal anchor signals for her length. Sound signal in restricted visibility. When the vessel is in restricted visibility, she shall sound 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 27. Vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver, but not mine clearing. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel constrained by her draft when under way may, in addition to the normal steaming lights for a power-driven vessel, show at night 3 red all-round lights in a vertical line, and also the masthead light or lights, side lights and stern light for a power-driven vessel of its size. During the day, a cylinder may be shown where it can best be seen. The vessel, when navigating in restricted visibility, will sound 1 long blast, followed by 2 short blasts, at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Rule 28. Vessels constrained by their draft. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel engaged in towing during the night shall, instead of the normal masthead lights for her size, show 2 masthead lights in a vertical line. And when the length of tow is longer than 200 meters, 3 masthead lights in a vertical line. If the towing vessel is over 50 meters in length, then there should be another masthead light shown on the after mast. Additionally, it should display the side lights and stern light, plus a yellow towing light vertically above the stern light. The term length of tow means the distance from the stern of the towing vessel to the stern of the last vessel towed. During the day, the towing vessel should display one diamond shape, where it can best be seen. Sound signal in restricted visibility. 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts, at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Composite unit. A vessel pushing or towing in a composite unit shall exhibit lights and shapes and give sound signals in restricted visibility as an ordinary power-driven vessel of its size. A composite unit means the vessels pushed or towed are connected rigidly to the towing or pushing vessel as one fixed solid unit. Towing operation which causes a restriction in ability to maneuver. When towing, and also restricted in ability to maneuver due to the nature of the tow, the vessel engaged in towing shall, in addition to the lights described above, show in a vertical line 3 all-round lights, the top and bottom ones red and the middle one white, and by day 3 shapes in a vertical line. The top and bottom ones are a ball, and the middle one a diamond. A vessel being towed shall at night exhibit side and stern lights only. During the day, a vessel being towed, when the length of tow exceeds 200 meters, shall also exhibit a diamond shape where it can best be seen. Sound signal in restricted visibility. 1 long blast, followed by 3 short blasts, at intervals of not more than 2 minutes following the signal from the tug. Extract from Rule 24E, F and G. Vessels towing and pushing. Extract from Rule 24, H and I. Vessels towing and pushing. Extract from Rule 35, Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel pushing ahead or towing alongside, except as a composite unit, shall at night show 2 masthead lights in a vertical line. And if the towing vessel is over 50 meters, show the after masthead light. Additionally, they should show side lights and stern light. The vessels being towed shall exhibit only side and stern lights and be lighted as one vessel. Sound signal in restricted visibility. 1 long blast, followed by 2 short blasts, at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 24. Vessels, towing and pushing. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel towing an inconspicuous vessel or object shall at night show the following signals. When the length of tow is less than 100 meters and the breadth is less than 25 meters, 1 all-round white light near the forward end and 1 near the aft end. When the length of tow is less than 100 meters and the breadth is over 25 meters, the same as above mentioned, plus 2 additional all-round white lights near the extremities of its breadth. When the length of tow is over 100 meters and the breadth is less than 25 meters, 1 all-round white light near the forward end and 1 near the aft end, plus an additional all-round light between the fore and aft lights, so that the fore and aft distance between the lights has a maximum of 100 meters. When the length of tow is over 100 meters and the breadth is over 25 meters, the same as above mentioned, plus 2 additional all-round white lights near the extremities of its breadth. If it is impossible to put any lights on the objects, the towing vessel must illuminate the tow with a searchlight or similar method to indicate its presence. During the day, this vessel will display a diamond shape near the aft end of the last vessel or object towed, and if the length of tow exceeds 200 meters, an additional diamond as far forward as possible. Sound signal in restricted visibility. 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 24. Vessels towing and pushing. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel engaged in dredging or underwater operations, when the vessel has restricted ability to maneuver, shall show the following lights and shapes when underway or at anchor. During the night, the following lights: red, white, red, all round lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. In addition, if the vessel is underway and making way through the water, she shall also display the masthead light or lights, side and stern lights for a vessel of her size. By day the ship will display 3 black shapes in a vertical line. The highest and lowest shall be balls, and the middle a diamond. When an obstruction exists, the ship will also display two all-round red lights, or by day 2 balls, indicating the side on which the obstruction exists. 2 all-round green lights, or 2 diamonds by day, indicating the side where vessels may pass. Sound signal in restricted visibility, underway or at anchor. 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. A vessel engaged in diving operations. If a vessel engaged in diving operations is not big enough to show lights and shapes according to the rules for vessels engaged in underwater operations, then they may show 3 all-round lights, red, white, red, in a vertical line where they can best be seen. During the day, a rigid replica of the International Code Flag A, not less than 1 metre in height, taking care to ensure its all-round visibility. Extract from Rule 27. Vessels engaged in dredging and underwater operations. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel engaged in mine clearance operations shall at night show the following signals. In addition to masthead, sides and stern lights for a normal power-driven vessel underway, or the normal signals required for a vessel at anchor, this vessel shall also exhibit near the head of the foremast 3 green signal lights, forming a triangle. These indicate it is dangerous to approach within 1,000 metres of the mine clearance vessel. During the day, the lights will be replaced by 3 ball shapes, forming a triangle. Sound signal in restricted visibility, underway or at anchor. 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 27. Vessels engaged in mine clearance operations. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel engaged in fishing, not trawling, whether underway or at anchor, will show at night the following lights. 2 all-round lights, a red light above a white light, and if the vessel is making way through the water, then also side lights and a stern light. Additionally, during the day, the fishing boat will display a shape consisting of 2 cones vertically with their apexes together, and if there is outlying gear extending more than 150 metres from the vessel, an additional cone with the apex upwards in the direction of the gear. Sound signal in restricted visibility when underway or at anchor. One long blast followed by 2 short blasts at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 26. Fishing vessels. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel engaged in trawling, meaning dragging a dredge net or similar through the water, whether underway or at anchor, will show at night the following lights. 2 all-round lights, a green light above a white light. If the vessel is underway and making way through the water, then it will also show side lights and a stern light. Also, if the vessel is over 50 metres long, then also the conventional masthead light, above and astern of the all-round green light. During the day, a trawler shall show a shape consisting of 2 cones, with their apexes together. Sound signal in restricted visibility, underway or at anchor. 1 long blast followed by 2 short blasts at intervals of not more than 2 minutes. A pilot vessel on duty shall at night show the following signals. Near the masthead, all round lights, a white above a red light. In addition, when the vessel is underway, it shall show side lights and a stern light. And when at anchor, it will show the conventional anchor signals for a ship of its size, plus the white over red pilot signals specified above. Or during the day, the pilot flag H. In restricted visibility, in addition to the conventional sound signals for a vessel of its size, a pilot vessel may also sound an identity signal of 4 short blasts. Note that when a pilot vessel is not on duty, it must display signals as an ordinary power-driven vessel of her size. Extract from Rule 29. Pilot vessels. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel at anchor shall at night show the following signals. In the forepart of the vessel, 1 all-round white light, where it can best be seen, and near the stern and lower than the forward light, another all-round white light. However, if the ship is less than 50 metres in length, only 1 all-round white light needs to be displayed, where it can best be seen. If the ship is over 100 metres in length, lights illuminating the decks must be shown. but if less than 100 meters, this is not compulsory. Vessels of less than 7 meters in length are not obliged to show any anchor signal if they are anchored clear from a fairway, narrow channel or anchorage. During the day, the vessel will display in the forepart of the vessel one ball. In restricted visibility, every minute for a period of about 5 seconds, the bell must be rung rapidly from the forepart of the vessel. Additionally, if over 100 meters in length, a gong must be sounded in the after part of the vessel every minute for a period of about 5 seconds. When considered necessary, an additional signal of one short blast, one prolonged, and one short blast on the whistle may be sounded to give warning of the vessel's position and of the possibility of a collision with an approaching vessel. Extract from Rule 30. Vessels at anchor. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. A vessel aground shall, during the night, show the following signals: the anchor lights for its size, and also 2 all-round red lights in a vertical line where they can best be seen. During the day, it should display 3 balls in a vertical line. In restricted visibility, the same signal as a vessel of its size at anchor, plus an additional 3 separate and distinct strokes on the bell immediately before and after the rapid ringing of the bell. An additional whistle signal warning of danger may be sounded after that. A grounded vessel with a length less than 12 meters is not obliged to show any lights or shapes, but in restricted visibility must give an efficient sound signal every 2 minutes. Extract from Rule 30. Vessels at anchor and aground. Extract from Rule 35. Sound signals in restricted visibility. Seaplanes and wig craft should follow the rules regarding the characteristics and position of lights and shapes as closely as possible. Extract from Rule 31. Seaplanes. A power-driven vessel under way and manoeuvring as required by these rules should indicate its intentions by the following blasts on the whistle, which may be supplemented by an equivalent flash of the manoeuvring light, if desired. 1 short blast, 1 flash, meaning I am altering my course to starboard. 2 short blasts, 2 flashes, meaning I am altering my course to port. Three short blasts, 3 flashes, meaning I am operating a stern propulsion. The manoeuvring light. Annex 1. If fitted, the light to supplement the manoeuvring sound signals should, if practicable, be placed 2 meters above the forward masthead light. Extract from Rule 34. Manoeuvring and warning signals. Extract from Annex 1. Manoeuvring light. When in a narrow channel or fairway, one ship intends to overtake another which is seen ahead and requires that vessel to take action to allow safe passage, the overtaking vessel should sound the following signals. 2 long blasts, followed by a short blast on the whistle from the overtaking vessel to indicate, I intend to overtake you on the starboard side. Two long blasts followed by 2 short blasts on the whistle from the overtaking vessel to indicate, I intend to overtake you on your port side. The ship being overtaken should indicate her agreement by sounding a long blast, followed by a short blast, followed by a long blast, followed by a short blast. Morse letter C, to indicate her acceptance at being overtaken on that side, and then take the necessary action to provide the room to overtake. A ship approaching another and failing to understand or agree with her intentions shall indicate her doubt by sounding 5 or more short and rapid blasts on the whistle to show doubt of the situation or of the other ship's actions. The signal may be supplemented by a light flashing with the same sequence. Extract from Rule 34. Manoeuvring and warning signals. When a vessel approaches a bend in a river or fairway where other vessels round a bend in the river cannot be seen, they should sound one prolonged blast, and any other vessel round the bend, hearing this signal, should answer with a similar prolonged blast on the whistle. Extract from Rule 34. Manoeuvring and warning signals. When a ship would like to attract the attention of another ship, it can give sound or light signals that cannot be mistaken for any other lights or signals described in these rules, or create any confusion with any other aid to navigation. Directing a searchlight in the direction of a danger may also be used. Extract from Rule 36. Signals to attract attention.